earlier, we went over the best players in baseball. Now, time to look at the most talented teams. Yes, that doesn't always equal championships, although in Major League Baseball, it certainly has the last couple of years. So, does anyone upend the Dodgers for the most talent on their team? I think we all probably know the answer to that, but it's fun to look at who else is on the list anyway. So, here are the most talented teams in Major League Baseball heading into the 2026 season. So, obviously, this is up for interpretation. It doesn't always mean the best team, the best fit, the best future, or anything like that. It is just which team for 2026 do I think has the most talented baseball humans on it. And so with that in mind, we will start with the Philadelphia Phillies. I know that it is a roster that is aging, absolutely. But Schwarber, Turner, Harper, a very, very good pitching staff as well. This is a pretty deep, very talented baseball group. And 1 through 9, that lineup is really, really difficult to pitch to, and that pitching staff is difficult to hit. It's a pretty good combo. So I know there's a lot of pressure on them this season, and it is, I think, going to be a pretty easy pick for some to go against them because of the age and everything like that, but I still think this is a really, really good baseball team. At number 4, it's the Toronto Blue Jays. The Bo Bichette loss knocks them down a peg on this, but when you look at the lineup, it's just solid 1 through 9. You have the superstar in the middle with Vlad Guerrero Jr., and then the pitching staff is one of the best in baseball, with, when healthy, anyway. That's obviously not the case right now, but when healthy, Gosman, Bieber, Yasavage, bringing in Cease, Ponce, Lauer, Scherzer, and the bullpen. I know the last thing we saw from them, not overly positive, blowing the lead in Game 7, but I still think the acquisition of Rogers helps out this bullpen quite a bit. Jimmy Garcia comes back at some point. Louis Varland was a stud during the postseason, and Hoffman, when he's on, is still really, really good. We saw, again, how the season ended for him, giving up the home run. That was a problem for him last year, but there's a lot of swing and miss in his game also. So I just think there are very few holes on this Blue Jays roster, and so that's why they make the list this season. Coming in at number 3, it's the Seattle Mariners. Again, a really good group. I like the acquisition of Donovan a lot. And you saw in the American League Championship Series, it's one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. The bullpen could use a little bit more depth, but lineup-wise, it's a very difficult group to navigate, especially when Naylor's rolling, when you have Raleigh as an MVP candidate, when Julio Rodriguez is playing like an MVP candidate. This is a team that has incredible talent all over the field, and they feel like they are knocking on the door of a championship right now. At number 2, it's the New York Mets. I have said before that they were an overrated team when we did one of those other videos, and I still stand by that. But I think part of that is the talent maybe doesn't fit in all of the right places. But again, this lineup, it's tough to do any better than. When you see the acquisitions that they made, bringing in Bo Bichette, Simeon still has, I think, a little bit left in the tank anyway, with Polanco as well. Luis Robert is, I think, going to remind some people of how good he is when he steps in for this team this year. They have some young pieces to be excited about. The starting rotation, kind of the same thing. They have some young pieces to be excited about, and then acquiring Peralta at the top of it gives this a very deep look. I worry about the bullpen a little bit, but I love a lot of the acquisitions that they made to the lineup. Peralta is going to establish himself as an ace on this team, and that's why I have them as high up as they are. So, again, I don't like where it all fits, but just from a pure talent standpoint, it's a really good group. And then number 1, it's the Dodgers. Like, you have now 4 MVP candidates, you have multiple Cy Young candidates on there, and they solidified the bullpen, bringing in Diaz to lock things down in the 9th inning. There are very few weak spots on this team. It's a phenomenal farm system as well. There's a reason why they're the back-to-back World Series champions, because they have so much talent on this roster. So, what do you guys think? Did I miss on anyone? Am I too high on some of these teams? Am I too low on teams that didn't make it? Let me know in the comments, or find me on social media. I am at Primetime Klein on Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, and Blue Sky, and we can keep the conversations going over there.